Do you ever read a book and you're just like, really? Hey Internet, it's Megan and I'm back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about 5 things that being a reader has taught me about being a writer. Small disclaimer, most of these items will translate into other things outside of the creative process, with the exception of number 1. It is a crime. I do not recommend you do it. That being said, let's just jump in. Item number 1 is torture is not a crime in fiction. In fact, it can even enhance your writing. Feel free to put your characters on the rack and really just like torture the information out of them. It's going to enhance things so much you have no idea. Now, I'm not saying go George R.R. Martin levels of torture, but you know, depending on the story you're telling, it might be where you go. So just have fun with it, but you know, if you don't give your characters some adversity to face, they're going to be boring. Which brings me to number 2. Perfect is boring. We all know that one person on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever that has the perfect life. They have the perfect kids, the perfect house, the perfect husband, the perfect wife. You know, just hitting all those perfect parameters here. They don't exist. Perfect is insanely boring and, even worse, annoying. That's where you get characters that are termed Mary Sue. They are perfect in every way. They're like Mary Poppins, except for Mary Poppins had a purpose, you know? Humans are inherently flawed. And the more flawed your characters are, the more people will be able to identify with them. Number 3, boring is a crime. You're not going to get anywhere if you write a boring story. Nobody's going to want to read it. Conflict drives everything in the universe. Everybody has an agenda. Now, whether or not they're overt or not so much in broadcasting their agenda, that's where the magic happens in your story. Item number 4, and this one is very important. Know the rules before you break them. Now, I'm not saying you have to follow all of the rules, but some of them are kind of important, such as sentence structure, grammar, where to end a sentence, you know, all of that. That is very important, as well as figuring out how to tell your story. Now, there are some amazing writers from history who have broken these rules, but they knew about them before they did it. They did it with intention. Jane Austen was notorious for her double negatives in her writing. Dickens, run-on sentences. And Shakespeare, he liked to end a sentence or independent clause with a preposition. Very annoying in some cases. But you also have to take into account the time period that these books were written, these plays, these short stories. It's very important that you stay with the writing style of your time unless you're doing it differently with intention. Now, writing with intention is huge, and that'll be an entirely different video. But just keep that in mind going forward. The 5th and most exhausting thing that I've learned is info dumps drive me crazy. There are ways to do it correctly. Let's go with The Hunger Games. You might not realize it, but the first part of that book, when Katniss is waking up and going hunting in the morning, that is all filled with info dumps. But it was disguised in actual storytelling. We only learned these things because they were relevant to what was happening to the character at the time. This is something that everybody is guilty of that I've ever read. Nobody's perfect. You just have to learn how to disguise your info dumps in a way that it moves your story forward. That was a lot of information in a very short amount of time, and I thank you for bearing with me, but they're all important points. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that I did, coming up with the list of things, and I love that I'm able to do these kinds of videos. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please put the comments down below what things you've learned from what you've read over the years. I mean, there are so many things that I didn't mention, and I'd love to learn from you guys. So just comment down below and I will check it out and reply back. If you guys liked what you saw, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more bookish and writing videos going forward, and turn on your notifications. I do post every Wednesday. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are enjoying whatever you're reading.